Hello nieces, hello nephews, it's your Uncle Charles here, and today the S&P 500 decided to give us some trappy and tricky price action. Overall bearish on the day though, but still in the bigger time frame we are just simply chopping. We're going to talk more about that, but first, here is the flow sentiment. I have it filtered for 500k premiums or above, and overall very bearish, 92% in the puts. Okay, big money is still overall bearish. That's where they put in their money to. All right. So check this out. This is my Discord right here where I write all of my plans, my analysis, my ideas, my commentary throughout the day for my members. And I wrote here last week, I spoke about how trending weeks can set up basing weeks. Basing is like consolidation. And how basing weeks can set up trending weeks, vice versa. All right. So after a full week of basing last week, the question is, will we get a trending week this week, or will the basing continues? On the daily chart, we can see a flag pattern, but I'm expecting a breakout or a breakdown this week. Okay, we're going to talk about that flag pattern in a little bit. All right. And I put that I'm expecting a breakout or a breakdown of the flag pattern this week. However, I don't expect it to be easily and possibly get some trapping from the market makers. Okay. So pretty much I have a bull case scenario and a bear case scenario. All right. And the range of the bull flag that I got is 407 to 416.5. All right, bull case. SPY is currently at 414.9 as of writing this. I wrote this at 7:32 a.m. in the morning. That puts first support at 413.5 and first resistance at 415. I will look for calls above 415, putting 416 to 416.5 in play. Above 416.5, it's a breakout of the flag pattern. 418.5, 420, and then higher price targets in play if we can clear 416.5. Guys, keep in mind, I am a day trader, but I am also a level-to-level trader. That means I use my support resistance levels as, points of reference on when I would enter and exit a trade. All right. So the bull case scenario was look for calls if we can break 415 and take profits at 416.5 and maybe leave a small runner. Okay, level to level. Now the bear case scenario, the best time to look for puts is when the support fails. I tell you guys this all the time. All right. If 413.5 support fails, 412 and 410.5, and in 409.5 zone in play and lower price targets. Now, if we take a look here, right here on the 15-minute chart, if I zoom out a little bit, you can see that we do have this triangle pattern that I'm keeping track of right now. Okay, on a smaller time frame, that's what I'm seeing, and well, SPY opened up here just below the 415 level and it was rejecting it intraday. All right, but here on the 945 candle, that's where it recaptured the 415 level, and on the 10 o'clock candle, the next candle, it back tested at that level as a support, and look where it hit, 416.5. So above 415, we was able to hit the 416.5 level. That was our first target, and it was only bullish if we can clear that level. And as you can see, SPY failed to clear it at that 11 o'clock candle because it consolidated for about an hour. But at that 11 o'clock candle, a perfect rejection at the 416.5 level. Right down here, it took out this yellow line. That's my 415 level. Took it out. So like I said in the update in my Discord, a loss of support is where we want to look for puts. Okay. So we lost the 415 level here. That's why I look for puts. And it dropped all the way down. This pink line is the next support level that I had at 413.5. Took profits there, left a small runner. And that's where it started basing a little bit. Broke all the way down. This run to the downside, it actually went as low as 410.8. Okay, before it started bouncing. All right. And on this, around 145, that's when it recaptured that 413.5 level. Now I always talk about we want to wait for the back test to confirm more upside. You can always buy the breakout, which I tend to do myself like I did earlier here, but it is higher risk. Okay, so if you're willing to take on the risk, enter on the breakout, but a low risk is to wait for a back test as a support. All right, to confirm either more downside or a reversal. Okay, so if you did buy the breakout, best time to, you got to cut your loss, respect your stop loss, because this candle letting you know that's a false breakout. So boom, false breakouts are very bearish, or false recapture in this case, and it started pushing down. Now this whole time I was holding my small runner. Now the reason why I was able to hold my small runner is because it's a very small runner that it doesn't stress me out. Okay, a lot of people, we tend to get more stress when we're holding bigger sizes or more money. Okay, so I did use a good amount of capital for this trade, but you know, I took profits on the next level to level, left a small runner that wouldn't stress me out. I was able to deal with all this volatility and wrote it down, because below 413.5 I had a 412 target and a 410.5, and it didn't hit 410.5. It went as low as 410.56. I'll still count that. It didn't hit it until like the very end of the day, which is where I took profits. Okay, so all I did was one trade today, and that one trade allowed me to make, you know, a good amount of money, you know, and less stress. Okay, stress-free trading. All right, but I'm looking at the daily chart here. Here's a daily chart, and these are all the levels and lines that I talked to you guys about in my previous video. Definitely check out my previous video where I show you guys how in depth, I think is in depth, how I show you guys how I find my support levels and my resistant levels. And you guys can definitely learn from that video and copy me, because I really believe in that way of finding support resistant levels. Okay, so I'm looking at this flag pattern. Okay, you can see with the green line. All right, from the May 20 low all the way up to late May, beginning of June, that's the flagpole. All right, and in the past week, especially last week, we've been chopping within that range. So the range is 416.5 all the way down to the 407 level. Okay, anything in between, in my opinion, is noise and all chop. Okay, so if you're looking for easy trades, especially if you're a swing trader, my opinion and my recommendation, at least this is what I would do, is simply wait for the breakout or the breakdown. You don't need to predict it. Okay, I know it sounds cool when we're able to predict things, but in this case, you don't need to predict it. You just sit on your hands and wait for either the breakout or the breakdown. You still have to respect your stop loss, because managing risk is a part of business, and that's what trading is. It's a business. Okay, but if you're brave enough to trade within this this chop zone, just remember 416 is the breakout, 416.5 is the breakout, 407 is the breakdown, meaning to the downside. Within that, I have 408.5. Okay, that's based on a previous high. I'll put that to yellow. Okay, I have 410.5. All right, that's based on a previous low. Also, there was a gap there today, around 410.5.8 ish, around there. Give it a zone. 410.5 to 411. How's that? Okay, I had a 413.5 level, as I spoke about earlier. Okay, spoke about that earlier. It's around there. Can't get it perfect sometimes. Okay, and of course the 415 level. All right, around there. But you guys get it. All right, write it down. 415, 413.5, 410.5. Also 412. Add 412 in there. 408.5 and 407. Breakdown of the bull flag. Okay, please remember those levels. Those are my pivot points. Okay, guys. But remember, if you want the easy trade or the simpler trade, simply wait for the breakout of this bull flag. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but I do know, or at least I have a hunch or a big belief, that if we can get the breakout of this bull flag, SPY's gonna reveal us the next leg down or the next leg up. All right, that's my opinion based on the levels that I'm watching, the patterns that I'm watching. Okay, all right, so that's what I got for you for the SPY today. And here's the VIX. Still broke down from this triangle pattern. Still have not recaptured it. It would need to recapture it for it to be bullish. Okay, that means it needs to get above 26.23. All right, there is some resistance at 25.4 based on a 61.8 retracement level, and it closed above that again for the third time in a row. Keep in mind, even though these are red candles, VIX did close today higher than the previous 2 trading days. All right. But overall, VIX is bearish. All right, and usually if the VIX is bearish, that means the SPY would be bullish. Okay. However, SPY is not looking bullish right now. It's just looking choppy. But we'll see. The breakout of 416.5 of this bull flag, or whatever flag you want to call it, would confirm more upside. Okay. That's my opinion. All right. Moving on to triple Q. Triple Q also just basing, consolidating. All right. I do have that support at 306.5 still. If we lose that level, that's a good time to turn bearish. It could trigger more downside, possibly down to 303.6s, then down to 301.6s, and lower price targets. Okay. I have resistance at 309.7 to 310 zone. That needs to clear. I'm also watching this 312 zone, 312 to 312.5-ish. And then above that, can we possibly hit that 315 level? Above 315, I'm definitely bullish on the triple Q. Because 315, very critical level based on the 38.2 retracement level, okay? So watch those levels. Below 306.5, good time to enter puts, in my opinion. That's a very critical level, all right? And if that holds, we'll see what happens at that 309.5 to 310 zone. If that can clear 312.5, then 315, all right? Dow Jones, well, second day in a row, or second trading day in a row, it closed below. I have a level around 330.6s, all right? Dow Jones needs to recapture that level. Clear, let me see what level is it, 332.6. Needs to clear that level. That level's been a tough level since last week. Multiple tests of that level. Even tested that level today and strong rejections. Okay, so if we can clear that level, 332.7, I'll be bullish. That will definitely put 337 to 338 zone in play. Okay, got support. The next support, there is some support around 328.5. Below that is 327. If we lose 327, 325.5. Then a decent drop to 321.4-ish in play. Okay, guys. IWM. I got this downtrend line on IWM. It connects the March 29th high to the April 5th high. Got a false breakout here around April 21st. We were able to kind of clear it on June 2nd. Today, we got another break or close above it, even though that's a red candle. Hard to be bullish when we had a red candle like that. But if you look here, technically speaking, IWM did not close back below this red downtrend line. So technically that still holds. That's a breakout. So for me to be bearish, it needs to close back below 187, and that will equal a false breakout. Okay, but as long as it holds, I do favor a test of 190.5, then possibly higher up to 194-ish with 195.5 above that. All right, guys. And here's Apple. I've been talking about this blue trend line for quite some time. And today, once again, it bounced off that blue trend line. Okay, that's around 144.8-ish. All right, so tomorrow, the critical support based on that blue trend line will be 144. Yeah, still 144.8-ish, okay? So that level needs to hold, and if it's lost, I'll definitely be bearish. Okay, got downside levels around 143.96, 143.2, 141.5, then possibly lower. All right, they got one around 136.6s, possibly low down to 133.5, then 132.9. So definitely a lot of support levels to the downside, but the most important one I want you to watch is that 144.8-ish level, because loss of that level is a breakdown of this blue trend line and could trigger more downside. First resistance I got right now is 146.6. Needs to clear that to put more upside in play. I will be targeting 150.7-ish. All right. And Tesla, definitely keep an eye on Tesla. Possible inverse head and shoulder here. Right there. That's the left shoulder. That's the head. That will be the right shoulder. So levels that I'll be watching for Tesla, critical levels would be the 701 to 699.7 zone. All right. Below 699.7, that should trigger a down move down to 682.3-ish. Okay, that's a previous low back on May 12th. That will be the left shoulder. Okay, so definitely watch those levels. All right, possibly forming a right shoulder on the Tesla. But what I definitely want to see is it clear that 745.5 resistance level. If it does, I would definitely be bullish on Tesla, okay? At least for a relief rally. All right, guys, so that's what I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good day. Peace.